Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon, where we have roller coasters and we're tycooning because look at this freaking big expanse of a park, and that's all ours. Oh yes, it's all ours, but well, we still need a 120 guests and we only got half a year to acquire those, and by now, you know, the curve at which the guests arrive to the park, it's kind of flattening out, you know. I mean, guests aren't really as easily satisfied as they were 2.5 years ago. So, we need to get up with the best of our stuff. But money isn't really, well, cooperating with us in that regard. However, as per good tradition and good practice, we will, of course, do a quick yet thorough check on the vandalism in our park. If any, of course, and so far it seems that, you know, by giving some love and attention to the very bad section a bit over here, you know, over here, most of the vandals have kind of, well, left the park, I guess, you know, in a way. So right now we're really, well, you know, everything is good, nothing's demolished, and yeah, it's looking rather, yeah, the fortune's smiling upon us. Now we still need our finances to smile upon us. Speaking about which, let us check the ever so important profits of it all. Lysinium apertura. Oh man, apertura. It is, of course. That is not making us any money. It did make us 2 grand though, but that's about it right now. So, we will drop this to, let's go to $1 an hour, see how it does when it's at that price. Now the dancing seahorse is still making some money, but it's not much. Probably won't really go any higher. You know, I mean, these rides, they're there just so that there's a good variety, you know. They won't really make much profit, and they're not really expected to either. Right, I thought for a moment though that I had not opened Headstall 2. Good, now that we know this, there is one thing that I kind of forgot to do at the end of the last video, and that is to finish off this exit over here. I reckon we could do with an extra handy dude, but seeing how cash is at a premium for us, I'm not going to. What we do need to do though is check our eggheads. Eggheads, what are they doing? What we could do, see, the thing is, we have a lot of rides in our park. What we do not really have is a great variety of shops and stalls, you know. It's a hat stall, it's a burger and a Pizza Hut, it's basic. What we could try and do, I'm not saying that it will be a great success, but what we could try and do is research one shop and stall, see what it is. That could lure in quite a few guests, so just saying. It's not a guarantee, so, well, I'm not promising anything, but it could work. You know, it could be good for like an extra 40 or 50 guests or so if we place them well throughout the park. So I'm gonna take the risk. Besides, if we take a look over here, we have a Garvatron and a pole we can build, which we're probably going to do at least, well, you know, I think we're gonna have the pole, you know, the big pole, we're gonna have that like over here. And then we're gonna have quite a few tracks going around it. I feel, you know, that is of course the obvious thing one needs to do. And then this one will build, when we have the path section going over here, we'll build it somewhere, I don't know, I guess like here or something, wherever, it doesn't matter much. So, and that's that. In terms of coasters, we have this one we cannot build because of money, but this one, if we save up a little bit of money, I think we could pull off a really nice coaster of this type, and that should also give us high enough ratings to reel in those very last few guests. So, with that all said and done, let us get to it. Now, yeah, of course I want to build a custom design. I want to build it all the way over here. And we'll go up! The sky is the limit, as we all know. Look at that. Right, good, good. We will put the entrance. I guess we could put that over there, and then the exit over there. Yeah, why not? I mean, doesn't matter much, you know, where this stuff is, but well, it's important to have. So, this ride will as well be an absolute crazy magnet for the guests, you know. They will love this ride. They will flock to it like bee to honey to bees, or whatever the saying is. But you know what I mean. Right, we need to quickly get some settings right over here. How about we charge, for example, $5? You know, that would certainly help. There. I think that's all. Well, that's all we can really tune about it. What we then need to do, of course, is get an awesome IMBA name. How about we call this one Steep Impact, or Deep Impact. I mean, that is totally not the title of some movie I might have watched some time ago. Involving craters and water. Actually, that's a freaking solid name for such a thing. And because of, you know, what the movie is about, I already know the color scheme that we're gonna have. Well, this is looking rather good. That as well. We'll have water, darker water as the floor tiling, but this is going to be bright red and bright yellow. Or perhaps the other way around, really. Bright red. Yes, I like. And then we could even have this be yellow and the other thing be orange over here. Yes, 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 I like. Maybe a little bit more like that. Deep impact, you know. And really the idea is, of course, that, you know, the comet goes down and over here it's like, you know, impact, you know, where this is the comet, a trail, and it comes from the ink black universe. Alright, fantasy, that's enough, you know. It's taking a hold of me. It's kidnapping me, you know, my fantasy. Right, well, let us get down to sorting out the required stuff for this. This most definitely needs a handy dude assigned to it, because otherwise we will have a vomit explosion. Now, with this in the park, I don't feel like smacking down every other ride, though what we could do is get ourselves the circus show. Should we really though? I mean, if I were to get the circus show, I'm more inclined to build it over here, but that would block off possibilities, you know, for tracks. Perhaps we should just get the circus show over here then, and then in one go expand the path, and hopefully that will save us up enough money so that we can... Oh, we could also get the slide, of course. The slide is a lot easier. It's a lot quicker. You know what we could do? All of a sudden, I have an idea. We're gonna build the slide, alright? Watch and learn, I was about to say. We're gonna get this. Not over there. Fine. Also not over there, so we'll have to get this. Oh. That's an issue, though. We can't get it there. Balls. Well, I could get this over here. Fine, we'll do it towards the other side then. It's not an issue. Alright, yeah, fine. No, we'll build it there. Watch this. I think this will be pretty cool, actually. There, look at that, you know? This is like an extended section where we can have, you know, tracks going through or below 2 paths. I think that's a pretty cool idea. I like it at least. That's also very important. We will charge $5 for the... And then we'll do unlimited rides per admission. It's not... I don't really need the money, so it's better to have this slide, you know, at its best. Also, I see something very, very ugly over here. This needs to be white. I don't want any... fancy colors distracting me from this ugly box. How are we gonna proceed with this one? How about we call this Infinislide? No. No, 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 no. We could also call this oh, you know what? We're gonna call this the Dweller. That just has something lakey about it, you know, something watery, something of the deep, and well, usually creators are just that. This one's a bit, you know, different. It's like the blue sheep of the family, literally. If we make this white, does that fit? I mean, doesn't really need to be specially colored. It's a small ride. We don't really need to make everything blue. So I guess this fits. You know, it breaks it up a little bit. Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Unlimited admissions per ticket, so they can keep on going however long they want. What we need to do right now is we need to get our infrastructure sorted, so that you know, things are, well, at least done for the soon future, you know, so that we don't really need to worry about it too much. There. Looking good. Right, okay. Wow, that's quite a big new section we have there. And there's no shops and stalls on it anywhere here. So that's the next point of attention. Let's also get some shops and stalls out there, shall we? Yeah, that might do. And if not shops and stalls, then at least some toilets. Right, speaking about which, let's put the... Oh, have we gotten a new style? Shop and style? No. But, seeing how we will get one, we can already put this back to thrill rides. Just because I know we will get one, I don't want it to be like, alright, you know, here you have 2 shops installed. I really don't want that, so... we will get this one over there, in the middle of this new section. Yeah, that seems about right. Then we'll have some a hat stall over here as well, which is of course gonna sell white hats, because everybody here, you know, if they bought one, it will be white. For the rest, you know what? Let's get ourselves a burger bar over here. Well, that's only the 3rd one, really. Wow. I mean, are the facilities that bad over here? Well, I mean, I hope not, but... I mean, I'm starting to doubt myself right now. Like, wow, really? Do we have that few? And then we will get the pizza thingy over here. Come on, like there, yes. Right, okay, so maybe it is indeed that bad. Maybe we really do not have that many facilities. I do not like the idea of that, really. I really do want to know about our shop. Ooh, a popcorn stall. When we get that, we are gonna smack that all over the park, you know, to add in the much needed variety for our guests. Also, what I do think what we are going to need is an extra loose walking mechanic. Now, in terms of, you know, can I find the entrance or ride or whatever to fix it? We won't have that in this park, you know. The park logistics are perfect. Guests can find and get everywhere easily. So, yeah, that's pretty solid. And in fact, we are starting to see quite a few guests now over here at these new sections. So, doing good, doing good. Now, we're kind of like at a bit of a crossroads here. Best thing for us to do right now would be to get ourselves a coaster. That would be the best thing. But getting a coaster, and it requires money, and we're a bit tight in that department. So about that. Now the other thing we could do is get ourselves the circus show over here on the new section. That would mean that there is also a ride over there. Guess might like that. Alright, well, we will try. It is going to mean that we're going to have to block off... Oh, we could do the same cool trick over here, by the way. Am I doing that right? I think I am. Well, that's a nice one. Nice, nice, nice. No, but it is going to mean that we're going to block off some area over there for the water ski folks, you know, but... whatever. I mean, they're spoiled already with that ride, so... Look at that. I think that that's pretty cool, though, you know. That adds something to it. Speaking about adding something, there! A fountain! Yay, we are also adding stuff. There, and another one. Oh, what a surprise, right? We're placing fountains. Yay! The good thing about this show is, though, that it's hooked up directly to the main path. So, there's no need to, you know, get any no entry signs or whatnot. I believe, actually, that, and I'm not entirely sure on that, but that the no entry sign also has a maintenance cost associated to it. Now, how about we call this, the popcorn stall? How about we call this the aquatrobats? No, acrobats, aquatrobats. Oh well, whatever. It was meant to be like a merge of an acrobat and an aqua thingy, you know, but it turned out to be a little bit weird. I mean, I guess what I could do is have it be like this, acrobats. Oh, that's actually not that bad, you know. Acrobats. I guess so. Whatever. We will paint it, you know, because that's what you do with a tent. You don't buy it pre-colored. No, you paint it afterwards, after you've placed it. How about we go with the bright green and then the one above. That looks like utter garbage. Green and white. That looks good. That has a good look to it. A good vibe. Right then. Okay. So, we have the circus show. Let us smack down some popcorn stalls, right? It's all about providing the people with something. Oh, we could actually. What we could do is just lower that one. And then place one right at the entrance. It's like entering a cinema, you know, where immediately when you enter, you get, well, you know, you get like lured into buying some very expensive popcorn and give me lots of money for it. Also, and that's actually, you know, a minor thing really, but we should see an increase in revenue by having all these popcorn stalls here. I think that will only be minor, but the variety does lure in more guests to the park, you know. They do like it if they can buy different kinds of stuff. Let me see. I also think we should have one over here. There, yes, yes, yes. And perhaps also one over here. Right next to the drink stall there. Right, now that did cost us a good chunk of money, but I do think that the park will be off for the better. I mean, you don't really, you know, when you want something to eat and you're really hungry, you get yourself a nice and juicy burger. When you just want something to snack, you don't go for a burger or a pizza. You go for, yep, popcorn. At least that's how I see things. We don't really have any track to ride right now to place down. Right, so we're about to face a tough choice here, you know, because we have 5 grand. We could try to get a nice coaster going, you know, one of the inverter mouse coasters. With this much space over here, I'm actually tempted to build a station like this, and then go up, go around over here when it's low, and then, you know, swirl back. Probably below over here, really, you know, and then I don't really know how how that would happen though, because if we were to build the inverted mouse coaster, right? Which I do believe is also a 3 high coaster, so that would, if that is true, that would rule out going below over here already. So that's a no-no. But if we were to build this like this, go up, go down, probably go up again, have a curve, go down, go up, and then go down, and then do some twists, and then head back slowly. Can we do that from 5 grand though? That's the big question. I don't know really. I'm not entirely sure about that. Far from it, in fact. What we could try and do, on the other hand, is perhaps build ourselves a Garvitron. I don't know though. I mean, what's the Garvitron gonna solve? We could get that over here though, you know. That would fill up an empty spot that we have in our park. There's nothing over here, you know. There's no queues, there's no... Well, there's a few shops and stalls. But that's about it, so... that's actually not a bad idea. We will have that hook up towards that corner piece over there. So we'll build it like this. Now, I think it would be wise if I were to add a few benches there where possible. Knowing the reputation that the Garvitron has, yeah, that's definitely a wise thing to do. Oh man, the Vomit Extreme. That's, you know, how it's called in the corridors. But actually, I don't really want that. I do want this to go like so, and like that. There might be a tad bit on the long side, but the thing is though, this is gonna go berserk mode. I mean, there's plenty of rides in our park where the guests can, you know, slowly adjust their precious stomachs to to the violence that this ride is, basically. Yeah, that's open for business. How about we call this, yeah, we should call this the Liquidator. Oh, that's actually a pretty cool one. It's like, oh yeah, I love that. Wait, hold on a second. I don't like seeing a message like this. And where are you? Yeah, you're lost. That's a shame though, you know, that's one of the downsides of having it like this, you know, where it was right in the center. Thinking about it, it's actually better to have, you know, these things both hooked up to the main branch. Because what happens is that if a mechanic who walks over here gets a call for this dark blue one on the other side, it would just walk over here, and then it couldn't figure out that it needs to go all the way around there. It just cannot figure stuff like that out, you know. It is too simple in terms of pathfinding, so. Now, well, having solved that issue, what we do need to do with our fancy Liquidator, we will turn this into a, I don't know, carnival color. Yeah, let's redo this. Oh man. That was ugly. Oh, that was really, really ugly. We could, you know, tone it down a bit with the coloring, and then have this one be quite bright. I mean, that sure could work. It's a bit blanded in though. How about we make this a dark red, and then the lighter red feed with the grey and the whites. Perhaps this darker green, a brighter green even. No, it was that bright green. Didn't look that good. Or perhaps a darker blue? No, blue would be a good fit. I like this, you know. It's a bit of a darker contrast, you know. It's like a blue, red and white thing, but only turned dark. That's good. I approve. Right then, well folks, it is the Well, it is practically July of year 3, and we only have a few months ahead of us. But we're also very close to reaching our goal, so it seems like a park in the pocket. Or is the game gonna throw a wrench in the works? We won't know till next time, when we play more Rollercoaster Tycoon.